Do you even care? And I feel it. I feel it. Hey, ATFers, what is going on? What is going on? I feel like we haven't been talking much these days. I feel like I haven't been talking at you much these days because I've been setting up my streams differently lately. And I don't want you to feel disrespected. I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. That's not how I do things here. I miss you very much. And I want to constantly remind you that the ATFers are a big, fat, gigantic, oversized, morbidly obese part of this community. And I admire you greatly. And I appreciate you being here. You know, when everything's already shut down, when we're not even live anymore, when it's quiet around these parts, you know, you're here doing your thing while you're out there doing your chores, running your errands. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I'm about to go live right now in a few seconds. Let's do it. Thank you again. Let me turn my fan on because it feels like 100 degrees in here. And let's make it live. Let's let all the other people in. Let's let the scragglers in, right? Oh, oh, that was too much. Sometimes I have to oversize my screen, max it out because I'm a little bit blind. And I made it about 300% right now. That was crazy. I need to get a bigger coaster, bro. I have a coaster right here, but let me tell you, it's not cutting it. I was about to say that it's not cutting the oh snap. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait a minute. What? Oh. What a dummy, man. So it turns out I don't know how to YouTube. Turns out I don't know how to YouTube. More like you noob. I was talking about how I need to get a bigger coaster because I feel like no matter what kind of cup I have, I know this one's a little bit oversized today, but no matter what kind of cup I have, look, I bought these at Target. I got these little cool looking ones that I got at Target. And I thought, like, I like to do something different. Like, I don't want to get like a boring, like old lady looking coaster, you know? I was wanting something different, and I found these coasters at Target, and they're pretty cool. It's like some kind, it's probably like imitation leather, to be honest with you, but it's like leather. I was like that. I was looking for weeks for something different because I don't want to make rings on my desk here. I got this new desk. I was all proud of it. And I was going to get some kind of coaster, but I wanted something unique, something that brought a little bit, something different to the table. No pun intended. And I got these, but look at, this is the bottom side, right? This is the bottom side that's touching the table. And look it, it's perspiring. Like it goes through, look, it's wet on both sides. How does that even happen, bro? Like the condensation is going through the, whatever that is, like that is going through like the 1/8 inch of, that's crazy, bro. It's going all the way through. So I need to get better coasters. I want to get like, I almost bought one the other day at the store that was it was like a cutting board, but I like how it looked. Like I want to get a coaster that's like I want to get a coaster that's made out of like wood. I think that it would look cool. And it's like not, I don't know if beveled out is the right way to say it. I'm not a buff the wood, buff the wood, buff the wood. I'm not like a woodworker, so I don't know. But I thought it'd be cool to have like a little not metal, like a little wood coaster, but that's like super oversized. Cause sometimes I use really big cups and the condensation's crazy. It's like my cups are weight cutting, like they drip that much. It's insane. So I wanted to get like a big one, and I was at the store and I saw like a cutting board, and I thought that looks kind of cool, that might work. But then I thought of another idea. I thought, wouldn't it look cool if I had an idea. I was because it's weird. I know it's weird. I know it doesn't make sense, but I was like overdoing it. I knew I needed a coaster, right? But it wasn't like the way I am, because I overcomplicate everything. It was like, of course I can't just get like a normal like cork or whatever coaster. I gotta overdo it. I gotta be different. And I started thinking, like, what kind of coaster could I get? And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a coaster that look like, if, man, this is stupid. How do you close this? I can't believe all these websites don't realize how annoying they're being when they do all these pop-ups, like all the ads. You're only going to make people hate your product. No one's going to want all these popping up ads in their face. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was a coaster that looked like, if it was like a, how do you say it, like a rug, like a throw rug? I thought that would look super cool. And I looked it up, and it turns out that it's a thing. Like, it already exists. Look, check this out. Doesn't that look cool? I would actually want one of those so bad. I think that would look super cool. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if any of you guys have those, and you're like, yeah, fool, they've been making those since the 50s. But I thought I was coming up with something original, and apparently it's been a thing like forever. That's pretty funny. How come it doesn't let me open the image? Like this one, I mean, I wish it had like more vibrant colors, because I was going to say, this looks kind of cool the way they have it set up, but the colors are kind of bland, you know. But I like that. I might get one of those. But anyway, thank you for being here. Julio Rodriguez, what's up, man? ARJR, what's going on? Billy P. Regor, Julio, another blessed day. It's just another day. Slipping in the stockings, slipping in the shoes. It's just a blessed day. What's up, Adam? What's some stream elements? Oh, you're just a bot. Melancholy, you know what they say about big coasters, vato? Snap, I haven't heard them talking about that, bro. I haven't heard what they're saying. Lord Razor Shades Cap, Mona Kenny. Dang. Yes, please like the video. I'd appreciate that very much. To the firmament. Wet leather, that was my nickname in high school. Oh, snap. Bro, y'all need to accept that Tipin Tortas Connor's gonna sleep brought this on me. Hey, look, I know that it's popular to hate Conor McGregor, and you're not supposed to root for him in any form or fashion and all that. I get it. I understand that. But it's insane, man. It's a little bit insane to me how people are completely writing him off and acting like if Brates couldn't go full Cowboy Cerrone and take a dive. You know what I'm saying? You don't know on a magic carpet ride. That's, yeah. I sing that song like Andy Kaufman sings. Look, here I come to save the day. And then he's like, you know. Some days, there's really shop for coasters, and considering leather ones that look like prayer mats. You could make your own and make them look like wrestling mats. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Man, wrestling, man, stupid things are annoying, man. I remember I wanted to get one for me and Flaco to do our Mexican martial arts, but they're stupid expensive. But you know what? As it usually goes, I think it worked out because I feel like the thing we had was better. Man, that thing was fluffy that we had, man. We took some falls on that thing, on that canvas. We had a bunch of carpet padding underneath. Is that Arabic coffee in the pit? I don't know, man. Oh, I think I get it. Any news about the Epstein card? Brada. You know what? You know why I don't care about the Epstein stuff at all? It amazes me how many people care about it. And I'm not saying you, who is old boy. I'm not saying you. But like all the people that I hear talking about it, like I can't listen to a podcast without people talking about it. Every comment section, every chat section, everybody's talking about the stupid list, and I couldn't possibly care any less. And you know why? Because I never had any expectations from any of these goobers whatsoever. When I hear that they're on some kind of list and they were doing that stuff, I'm like, you guys needed this list to find out that these people are a bunch of hedonistic demons? Like, you guys needed this breaking news? You guys needed to see these photos to realize that these people are a bunch of animals? I've been knowing that. It blows my beanie, man, the way like people are obsessed with it. And I'm like, why is this breaking news? You guys had to literally have this like all rubbed up in your faces to realize that this is who we're dealing with? It's crazy to me. I just don't ever have any expectations for anybody. Don't put anybody on a pedestal, you know? I just assume at all times the people I'm watching in the movies, the people whose music I'm listening to, the lady who cashes me out at Save Mart when I'm, buying some cheese and mayonnaise. She was probably on the list too. And you know what? If and when I found out that she is, I'm not even going to be upset because I figured she was. I was already giving her that look. You were on the island, weren't you? Yeah, give me my cheese. That's just my constant state, man. Everyone's on the island. Even if just like, hypothetically, even if just proverbially, like everyone's on the island, At any given time, anyone's on that island, ARJR. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong one. We are family. I got ARJR with me. Thank you for doing it, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for blessing this individual on this 26th day of February. By the way, I was wrong yesterday, ARJR. Yesterday in the Patreon, in the movie night, I was talking about how I was going to stream today from like 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. I thought today was Friday, which means I thought yesterday was Thursday. When we were streaming yesterday, I thought it was Thursday. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Today, I wasn't able to do that. I was blindsided by something today. I was going to start streaming earlier, but I had to make like an hour and a half detour. Actually, maybe a little over a couple hours because of how that went down. I had to take a detour this morning. And now I have to go somewhere in a couple hours. But tomorrow, I ain't got nowhere to be. I don't got nowhere to be. I'm going to be in this seat. I'm going to have an ice chest full of drinks. I'm going to have some beef jerky. I'm going to have a diaper on. I'm not leaving this seat. And, we're closing in on the end of February. I'm going to end strong, And we're gonna blow it out like it's New Year's. So that's going to be tomorrow. I keep getting my days mixed up, man. I'm sorry, 300. It's random the way they give gifts, man. And again, I hate having to tell people this whole thing. It's so dumb that they do this. I don't know why YouTube makes it difficult to get gifted a membership. If you haven't gone to my membership tab and gone up somewhere to some kind of drop down and enable your channel to receive a gift from this channel, then you can't get it. It's so dumb. They make you jump through hoops. Okay, Jessica. She's off of work. Oh, yeah. Somehow she knew. That's amazing. And we got Ordinary Pete too. What's going on, man? Climb them walls of Jericho. Get through all that red tape. Man, I could go for some flower seeds right now, bro. I could go for some flower seeds, Gizzy. Johnny Rotten. I mean, people been trying. Who's that dude, Corey Feldman? People been trying to tell people. Hey, what's up, Michael Fury? It's been okay, man. I fought my urges today, man. I woke up early today. I was up and out of bed early today. For me, early, bro. And I went to sleep late, but I was like, chale. I got stuff to do, man. And when I get a start like that, like, I think I'm doing myself a favor when I sleep in, you know, when I keep hitting the snooze, but I'm not. It just starts the day off all wrong. When I force myself to get up, ooh, it's different, man. It's a whole different tone for the whole rest of the day, and I'm feeling good right now. I feel like I started the day off right. Are you doing good out there? Are you doing good out there, slanging them boots? Are people acting right? Look, I do want to say something, though. I did feel a little bit weird. Like, I started the day off right, but it took a turn, bro. It took a turn. And I might regret sharing this. And I'm not sure. I mean, I know everyone's watching from a different state, and I know I could make efforts to deny the state in which I currently reside, if it changes the laws or penalties in any way, or statute of limitations and whatnot. But I did something today. I did something right before the stream that I don't know how to feel about. Dang, I don't even know how to say this, bro. I took a life. I took a life right before the stream today. And it was the kind of life which I know a lot of people don't approve of taking. I understand that. But, like, I ain't a Buddhist and whatnot. And I took the life of a bee. I had a bee flying around my dojo. And I'm going to be honest with you. I did not feel like spending the next 3.5 hours trying to guide it out of the dojo like if I'm one of those dudes at the airport. You know how sometimes you're even in a car and you got like a mosquito or a fly, you're driving, you're trying to be nice and trying to let the thing out, put the window out, and the fly's like, bro, you're making me feel like you don't want to get out. You're making me feel like you want to stay in here and listen to Steely Dan with me. Like, bro, I'm trying to put you back out there with your family. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I took my fly swatter right here. I think some of you think this is just for show, I think some of you think that this is just a set piece. And I'm not going to ruin your day, especially if you're eating right now. I'm not going to show you some guts on here. But this is not just a prop, And I went out and I handled business. And I know a lot of people say, don't kill bees. Don't kill bees. You need them. They say if you kill bees, the world is going to end. If you kill bees, all of society will collapse. And to be honest, I really don't understand where that's coming from. I feel like it's some kind of propaganda, but I constantly hear that from people. You cannot kill bees, because of like the production and what they do for society and the ecosystem. But you know what? Here's what you got to understand. I don't need honey. It's just, I find it hard to empathize with Big B. And, if bees, as far as I'm confirmed, if bees somehow had a direct correlation with like ketchup. If there were some bees out there making like hot mustard for my chicken nuggets, if there was bees out there making soy sauce, if there were some bees out there making tapatio, Red Devil even, I'll leave them alone. I would have took 2.5 hours trying to guide them out of my dojo. I wouldn't have sprung for the fly swatter, for the bee swatter, excuse me. But bees don't do that. And I just don't consume honey. Maybe every couple years when I get like a real bad sore throat or something like that. And honestly, I don't even know how effective that is. I feel like it's kind of like drinking 7-Up. But, it had me feeling a little funny, Had me feeling a little bit funny. It was, and then but just quiet, quiet. Just gone to another dimension, I mean, if everyone in this chat right now would just like not have any honey today, or for maybe like the rest of the week, I think we'll be okay. Just try to offset it a little bit. It did kind of make me feel weird though. ARJR. Heck yeah, man. Mañana. There's always mañana. I don't even know if that's a song. I don't know why I feel like I don't know why I'm channeling that right now. Oh yeah, I was thinking tomorrow. ARJR. I may not comment much because I'm at work, but I'm listening. Oh, I'm listening. And random gifting. Let's go. Can't stop, won't stop. I love it, bro, and I appreciate it. That's different, man. That's different when you're working and lurking. When you're working and lurking, sacrificing like that, I appreciate that. That pocket listening. And I want to tell you something. That's what this is created for. That's what this exists for. Every once in a while, I get a comment from saying, hey, I'm listening. I'm working, though. It's in my pocket. It's in my head. And I love that, man. Just trying to make the work day go by. Trying to help time go by as you're doing your chores and whatnot. Back in the old days, I would show you a bunch of visuals. I would show you a bunch of visuals in Photoshop and stuff to look at. But right now, these days, I don't do anything that you got to be looking at the screen for. And I want to tell you right now, if you're just listening, if you're just driving, if you're working right now, you're working and lurking, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything because all I do is sit here. All I do is sit here and talk. I don't put anything on the screen. There's no Photoshop. There's no B-roll. There's no After Effects. This is all for listening. So you're not missing anything. And I appreciate all of you for doing it. For taking that risk on the clock. I'm telling you, bro, I feel like he was trying to do the Gracie challenge on me. Like he was just trying to roll in and challenge me, bro. In my own dojo. Gordon Reiner killing bees. It's a weapon for killing. Dang. You would wait. I won't. Hey, you're getting too deep, bro. You wouldn't have mustard without bees, bro. You're getting too deep. Everything you just named is helped by bees. No. Oh snap. Is honey in short supply right now or something? That's what I'm saying, sir. Shaxi. That's what I'm saying. Everyone always acts like we're on a honey shortage or a bee. I don't get it, man. I think it's propaganda. You ain't never done honey in your coffee as like a sugar alternative, bro. I drink it black. Bro. I don't put none of that nonsense in my coffee. It's just black. I like it black. Dang, I would never do that, Jess Reyes. I would never do that, bro. What's my age again? What's my age again? Oh, Jessica is not doing chores right now. I wasn't watching you before you said that. Oh, dang. ARJR. I didn't care for that movie last night. Wait a minute. What? I could have swore, Jessica, that it was. Wait, was Angel messing with us then? I thought when I'm trying to put my thoughts together here. Was it yesterday? No, I didn't even stream yesterday. I didn't get to. Oh, wait. It was the day before yesterday when I announced we were going to watch The Pest. I thought you said, or did Angel say it to be funny, that you liked that movie. I thought I remember that being said, that you were like, oh yeah, I like that movie, or I can't wait. Or maybe you were being sarcastic. I don't know. That's crazy to hear now. Honest question, do you think the UFC is going to take a hit as Dana White tries to expand his boxing promotion? The UFC is in need of new stars. It's hard to say, man, because there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I mean, who was it? Eddie Hearn that was saying it? But what's that guy's name that everyone calls like His Highness or something? I can't believe people do that, man. I can't believe people do that. I'll just be like, hey, bro, hey, what's your name? What's your, like, Jonathan? What's your real name? Jonathan? Bro. Anyway. Just like I know some people, like, maybe it's disrespectful. I don't know. But I know some people, like, in real life who are, like, a doctor, right? And it's like, bro, I'm not gonna call you Dr. Matthew, all right? I ain't gonna call you Dr. Smith, okay? I'm calling you Richard. I'm sorry, bro. Like, when I'm out in public, I give people passes left and right. I'm not forcing people to call me Grandmaster, you know? I'm allowing people to save some face and keep pride and ego intact and stuff like that. I'm not out there demanding, you know, outside the dojo that people call me Grandmaster. If they come into my dojo, you know, when in Rome, you know, there's ways we gotta abide, you know. But anyway, that guy, it seems like that guy's just, I mean, bro, I know we hear the metaphor and stuff about printing money or whatever, and money doesn't grow on trees. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not 100% on this. But I have some suspicions, and I've seen some articles and a little bit of AI. But I've done some research on this, and it seems like in Abu Dhabi, they have trees where money actually grows on it. Now, I don't know if you know this, how they control the weather over there and whatnot. Like, they could just make it rain right now. If both literal and metaphorical, they could make it rain. They could make the sun come out. They could make the sun come out with the rain. They could make the sun rain. Like, the rain is coming out of the sun. I mean, so I've heard, I've read, I've been told that they've created trees where money actually grows out of. I mean, they just got a whole ecosystem that they just created in a lab over there. Like, they just found the HTML. So from what I've heard from Eddie Hearn and other people talking about it, it seems like maybe this dude's just a little petty, and he's just pouring money into stuff like Zuffa, and they're overpaying that dude. What's his name? Ben something. That they're like grossly overpaying him. And if I understood correctly, I think it's just a one-off. Like, they don't even necessarily care. Like, it's a one-off. He's fighting a dude like significantly older than him. That's not even, it just doesn't really make sense. And it's just a one-off. It's like, hey, we could just do this. We don't even need this guy to be exclusive with us. We don't even need him down the road. Let's just do this just because we can. Just because we can. Yank him away from you, Eddie Hearn. When we're ready, you could just have him right back. Have him right back once we're done with him. It just kind of seems like they're kind of just asserting, some authority or whatever. And I mean, if you're talking about an entertainment angle, Daryl, if you're talking about respect, if you're talking about community and the fans, I think they're going to take a huge hit. And I think Ronda Rousey's right. I think because of what UFC's doing, because their biggest opponent is themselves, then that will allow Netflix to actually be a challenger, a competitor. And we might start to see this kind of WWF, WCW kind of relationship. And I think if UFC was actually trying their best, I don't think it would be that easy for a company like Netflix. But UFC is doing it to itself. So that makes it easier for Netflix to put on better shows. It makes it easier for fighters to say, I feel disrespected. You're paying these boxers, you're paying your latest brainchild, this thing that just came up, this dude's poor. You care about that more than me? I'm killing myself I have a broken rib. I can't see out of one eye, but I'm fighting 10 for 10, 15 for 15. This is terrible. I'm going to go fight for Jake Paul on Netflix and get millions. So not only, and we're nostalgic. I was telling someone in the comments earlier, people love to make fun of it. People love to make fun of, we're going to see Conor again. We're going to see the Diaz brothers again. We're talking about Masvidal again. We got Ronda and Gina Carano again. Amanda Nunes is coming. They're going to bring back Tito Ortiz. And I'm like, bro, are you stupid? This is exactly what everybody wants. This is what the entertainment industry has been doing for years. People love nostalgia. They're making Toy Story 12 right now. Toy Story is about to pass Fast and the Furious. It's insane, bro. People love nostalgia. Disney's remaking all these movies constantly. They got Walt Disney's head in a freezer underground that people don't like to let go of the past, bro. So I can't believe that people are acting like it's crazy that we'd want to see some of the biggest names ever. Yeah, I mean, they were just those dudes. Those dudes were so entertaining and influential and inspiring that, they got to bring them back because a lot of these younger people don't have that flair. I just right now in real time realized I don't think Ric Flair's real name is Flair. I was about to make some kind of correlation with Ric Flair and how he has all this flair and how he was so exciting. I was like, oh my gosh, he literally did the whole Flair thing because of his name. That was like part of his character to have all the flair. And he must have named himself that on purpose. I'm an idiot. His last name's probably like Johnson or something. Wow. Working and lurking, Omar Quiñones. Bro, I appreciate the engagement and shout outs. I always post you on my page. People love your content. I usually get at least 500 views. What the heck, yeah, bro? What page? Like on social media or on YouTube? I appreciate that, man. I tell people all the time, the best thing that you could do, like if you care about the channel and you want to help it succeed, is just sharing, bro. Like you're saying, sharing is caring. And that brings new eyes to the channel, man. Thank you for doing it. For the life of me, I will never understand how people drink coffee is literally just hot bean water. Legendary Gnome, I've been saying it for years that coffee, to me, it just tastes like dirt water. That it's just nasty, that it's disgusting, that I don't like it. I agree. And I say it all the time, the only reason that I drink coffee, man, I cannot cool down in here. I keep trying to bring my fan closer and closer. I'm burning up in here, man. The only reason that I drink coffee is to try not to drink too much soda. And now the sparkling ice drinks, which has basically replaced soda for me, they're so good, man. They have 0 calories, 0 sugar. They got a bunch of vitamins, no artificial sweeteners. Like, I love it, sparkling ice water, but they're so expensive. If they like sponsored me and I had an unlimited supply, I would drink like 20 of those a day. But I drink coffee and here's, you know what's funny about it? I think coffee's so nasty that if I get a coffee, I'll nurse it for like 2 hours. So like if I am thirsty, I'll be like, I guess this is what I'm drinking. I'll just take like a little sip at a time, and I'll just drink that for like forever. It'll take me forever to finish it. But if I didn't drink coffee, I would be drinking soda. I would be chugging those ice drinks, and then I'd run out, and they're so expensive. Making the green tea takes forever, and there's so much that goes into it, and the matcha is expensive. So it's a time saver. It's a money saver. Now, people that actually like coffee, I think they're a little bit demented. I agree with you. I just drink it because it's easy. It's easy for me and kind of convenient. But I definitely don't find it enjoyable. La 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 la. Wait a minute, are you serious? Oh my gosh. ARJR just sent me a photo. His last name is Flair. It actually is Flair, but it's spelled F-L-I-E-H-R. And that's funny. I was just saying the name Richard earlier. I'm gonna call you Richard, bro. His name's Richard Morgan Flair. How convenient that his last name actually was Flair, and all he had to do was spell it. That's unbelievable, man. That's unbelievable, man. He's got a pretty solid arm right there, man. That's crazy. I never really saw Flair as a big, like, strong guy. At least when I started watching, I remember when I was little and I'd watch wrestling, Ric Flair was always like a grandpa. But it's crazy seeing him all big like that. Wow, it is Flair, huh? I don't think I've ever... Wait, Liquid Death. Isn't that a water? They make teas now? I've never had that.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
There was a crash somewhat recently that was carrying bees, so that could have had an impact. Wait a minute. Like... So all the bees escaped and one of them got into my dojo? Is that what you're saying? It's like Night of the Living Bees? I was watching that a couple weeks ago. Was it Night of the Living Dead? The one, like the black and white one from like the 60s? It holds up. It holds up. In my opinion, those are way scarier than like The Walking Dead. This new stuff's too fake, man. What's up, Octopus? I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with no friends. Oh, legendary gnome. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, dang it. Especially since you actually love the movie. Oh my gosh. Just missing a movie night is one thing, but if you actually love the movie, that's so messed up. I don't know what... and you're a member too. Because of course, man. I posted it in the members tab, and I was even thinking, hey, it's YouTube. Even if they're members, they're probably not going to, everyone probably doesn't get it because subscribers don't get all my notifications. What's to say members are going to get all the notifications? YouTube gets their money. They don't care. If there's members, YouTube's making money, you know, because they get paid anytime the channel makes money. So they're like, who cares? We already got our money. We don't need to give notifications. And then Patreon's falling off too. The other day, Angel Padilla missed it because he said that Patreon didn't even send him an email. And I'm like, Patreons too? Are these platforms in cahoots? You have to get honey from a honey farm. They have honey farms? What do they do? Milking the bees? That's nasty, bro. I'm glad I killed that bee now. A honey farm? What kind of job is that? Imagine you go on a date. What do? You're out there with tweezers milking bees out there? That's twisted, bro. That's some Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff. I never realized how similar those were, Jessica. I wonder if that's kind of, wow, what a, look. And Jessica, disagree to agree, all respect, but I do have a special love for the past. I'll say this, Jessica, I don't know if I'd feel the same about it if I didn't discover it when I was like 10 years old. I don't know. It's like a nostalgic thing for me. I do have a special love for the past, but the jerk, Steve Martin, that's like up there with The Godfather, you know? So we got to watch The Jerk. The Jerk, oh man. I love that. Remember that stream? That's where I got it from. 100 big ones, dollarinis. I didn't even know. And then last night when we were watching The Jerk too, it's like I didn't realize how much I took from all these movies. There's a bunch of stuff he was saying in there or things he would do. It's like I still do that to this day, and I didn't even remember. Police Academy. I think that's the first that's come up, and I am surprised. Yes, we can, Jessica. Yes, we can. You had such a big hit with Malibu's Most Wanted. Wait, what? What did I miss? What the heck? What did I miss? Oh, I was so confused, Adam. I think I read it too fast. I hate that stuff. Chefs are the worst. I'm not going to say yes, chef, when we're not in the kitchen. Your name's Gavin. Chill, bro. Yeah, I used to work in a restaurant, and it's crazy, bro. The whole chef thing, it's weird. It's like a weird power move thing. It's super weird. I'm ridiculous. If someone says, call me doctor, I'm calling him Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Money Trees is the perfect place. That sounds like a rap lyric, bro. Hey, modern day slavery exists everywhere, bro. I mean, that's what they found a new way to make. Yeah, whatever. Maybe this sounds insensitive and maybe people won't. I don't know. I think that way with like debt. They found modern day ways to disguise it and control you and own you, bro. We got our own ways of that here. What the? Oh, look at this, man. Look at this. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Chillster Deluxe, the OG, man. The OG Chillster Deluxe has been supporting, bro. He just slapped down 30 big ones. $30 for them Costco weenies. We're getting nostalgic with these weenies.
Whose hot dog is this?
Thank you very much, Chillster Deluxe. I appreciate you, bro. It's the end of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake. Thank you, bro. Thank you for doing it. You know I'm about to make a Costco run. Thank you, dude. I think Eddie Hearn and Conor Ben are in cahoots. I think Eddie let it happen to hurt Dana's image. Shows how underpaid MMA fighters are. I have been seeing that sentiment going around, and I think, you know what irritates me, and this is a common theme, and I want to say thank you to all those people with the hearts. You guys already know the hearts really pump up the algorithm. Thank you very much for the tap-a-doodle-doos. It really does make a difference. I appreciate you. That's you putting in that work. That's you telling the algorithm, hey, look, I'm raising my hand. Notice the channel. We like this. Push it out there. Thank you for doing that. That's sweat equity. It does not go unnoticed. It's wild to me every time I try to point out anything about anything. That's a reach. Conspiracy. What's with the gossip? And I'm like, dude, do you guys never ask any questions? Do you guys have any critical thinking whatsoever going on? Like, do you just take it, you just have everything spoon-fed to you? Everything just is what it is? Now, who knows? Well, they know, but I think that's a fantastic possibility. Because if an Eddie Hearn, there's no way, and this was the point that I was trying to make about Dana White the other day too. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's infallible. But when you see somebody in positions like theirs, now I'm not saying I would want to have Dana White's life. And I'm not saying that that's what anyone should aspire to. But I'm saying, in regard to the life that he's chosen and the path and the trajectory that he's chosen, I don't think that we could say Dana White is unsuccessful. I don't think that we could make the claim that he's unintelligent. Same thing with Eddie Hearn. These dudes are where they are for a reason. I think it's very, I really fought the urge to say entirely possible. It's entirely possible that Eddie Hearn is more than intelligent enough to have devised this ruse, because what does that then do? That does what I was just talking about earlier. If Eddie Hearn, which he should be, being the smart businessman with the longevity that he's had, should be, if he's that intelligent, he could devise something like this so that Zuffa could take the bait, be petty, try to look like the big dogs, and then it blows up in Dana's face. Fighters get upset. And look at the timing of this with Netflix and Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. Now they're saying, now Sean O'Malley's saying, wait a minute. I'm trying to renegotiate. I'm not trying to fight out my contract. He was saying that the other day. I know they don't like that. I'm going to try to renegotiate. Now, do you think that Sean O'Malley is going to get paid $15 million? Do you think that's even going to be any kind of a possibility on the horizon? Like, Sean O'Malley could fight John Jones and Francis Ngannou at the same time. He could do a 4-on. He's not going to get $50 million. He could do a ladder match. He could do a King of the Ring. Like, there's no angle from which Sean O'Malley is going to get $15 million. And now he's got boxer influencers that are getting elbowed in the face, that are getting smacked across the face by weightlifters. Sean O'Malley has dudes like this trolling him and teasing him and calling him out online. And now he's going to take that disrespect to a company he's been fighting for and take less than $15 million. He's going to be tempted to say, you know what? Maybe I'll go to Netflix and fight for Jake Paul, and he'll pay me millions. Because of my name, because of my cute little podcast, because of my rainbow hair, whatever. This was all very, very, very interesting timing that doesn't look like it's going in the UFC's favor. Hunsaker, bro, boxing babies, yeah. Hey, Hunsaker, I say it all the time. I like the freak show, bro. I can't wait to watch Ronda and Gina. I can't wait because I'm nostalgic. And I am a little bit sick in the beanie, but I am nostalgic. I like to see stuff that goes against the grain. I like to watch Russian promotions where there's a 450-pound dude fighting a lady that weighs 85 pounds and she only has one leg. I love to watch that kind of stuff. I am not an MMA Puritan. I am not a boxing Puritan. I want to see modern-day Mike Tyson box in the ring with modern day Mike Tyson box in the ring with I don't know, Bill Gates. I like that kind of stuff. It just, I'll be honest, I'm not trying to come at you. I'm not trying to be personal, bro. It bothers me when people make definitive statements like, no one. And I'm like, bro, I want to be there. Give me a ticket. There are people who want to watch this. The battle of the taste buds, bro. Uh-oh. Sir Shoxy. I apologize if I'm not saying your name correctly, bro. Sir Shakes. Wait, why is Toy Story coming back? Woody and Bo Peep sailed off into the sunset in the last one. Bro, I don't know, dude. I haven't even... Is there a trailer yet? You know what I've been real tempted to play around with? I don't know what I could... Because I've seen people do stuff like... They'll show parts of... What is this? I'll see YouTube channels and they will they'll show pieces of YouTube videos and like they'll get away with it. And I'm always like, how do they do that? I think it's because they have it like minimized on the screen. Brother. Is there actual... Oh, dang. It's actually by Pixar. I'm scared to watch this. I'm scared to watch it on here because I don't want to get blocked, bro. Especially by Pixar. You think I could get away with it or what? Or are you just gonna lead me on because you don't care about my channel's well-being and you want to see the could I get away with this? Oh, dang. That dude gave a PayPal earlier, and I didn't even have this PayPal thing up. What a legend. I put it up now. That's crazy, bro. Thank you, Chilster Deluxe. I didn't even notice that, bro. Dude's out here giving. I didn't even have the thing live. That's hardcore, bro. Can I get away with this, or am I an idiot? Let's see. Let's see if I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to stop it like constantly, huh?
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
My stomach actually hurts right now. I'm getting nervous. Like I'm gonna get taken down. I feel like I'm doing something like all illegal right now. Okay, so I'm already feeling nervous because the dude who does the voice of the dog passed away, unfortunately. Who did the dinosaur voice? I can't. Was he famous for any? He had to be. All the dudes that did the voices were famous from other stuff, weren't they? But now that I think of it, I don't know if I ever knew who did the dinosaur voice. I was standing. Now here's some of the newbies, but all right, you know, you have your place in the universe now, I guess. You were there. Summer 2026. Bro, don't waste some of my screen time just talking about summer. Okay, so potatoes, you've earned the right. Wait, he passed away too. Cliff Clavin. Dang. I wonder if they like AI'd their voices somehow and they're gonna sound the same at least. I hope they don't try to replace them. Okay, she's still chilling. He has the one still. That was a miss right there. The middle eye opening right there. Come on, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, dang. Is it the rise of the iPad kids? Like 20 years later, they're finally touching on how technology killed toys. It took them this long. It took them this long to touch on like how toys are basically irrelevant now. If you're a bad parent that raises iPad kids. Let's see. I'm not saying it's bad to give your kids an iPad. My kids have had devices. But man, like when you go to like the store or a restaurant or the this or the that and they start talking here, you put in their face. Have you ever been to like a game? Like I've been to one of my kids' games, or have you ever been to some kind of event or something, and you're trying to listen to the game, focus on, like I went to one of Jesse Jr.'s games, and I want to hear the ambiance. I want to hear the gameplay. I want to hear coaches and refs. I want to hear myself yelling at the ref. You know, I want to hear everything. I don't want to hear some kid listening to Italian Brain Rot and Mrs. Rachel 2 feet away from me, blasting it at 110 volume. Get your brat some headphones, bro. Please, listen. If anybody in this chat who this could be pertinent to, if you have children and you let them listen to devices in public, if you try to shut them up with handing them your phone, if you give them an iPad or whatever it is, invest in some headphones. Don't be those people. Nobody likes you. They wish the very worst for you and your child. We need people like you, just like I needed this bee in my dojo. And you don't produce honey. And you don't make the world go round. You don't produce ketchup and hot mustard and tapatio and Red Devil or mayonnaise. You're a lot less useless than that bee that I just took out. So, play your cards right. Toe the line. I keep getting these stupid spam. I mean, I guess that shows me that my channel is going in the right direction, right? It's starting to get on people's radar. Hey, Mexican martial arts. Hope you're doing well. I came across your content and was really impressed by the creativity and consistency you bring to the platform. Copy Pasta. My company is an influencer and athlete management agency based in... We represent a select group of creators and athletes, including NBA players, and help them grow their personal brands while securing meaningful partnerships aligned with their niche. We've partnered with brands like Google, Netflix, Valentino, Universal Music Group, Revlon, SeatGeek, HelloFresh, and more. Would you be open to a quick 10-minute call to explore working together? Nope. That's the same thing I did a few years ago, remember, where they took like all my earnings? It's like a YouTube network. They don't use that word, though, because they know that people immediately know what that is. They try to make it sound like it's something different. Never again. Never again, bro. I'll go to the island before I sign with the network first, bro. I'll go to the island first. Because I'm an island boy. It's crazy, man. Thank you, Sir Shakes. I remember you used to do commentary on those underground fights. Are you talking about like street beefs? When you say underground, do you mean like kind of like outside of like real like big behemoth promotional platforms? I used to break down fights. I don't know if I broke down any non like professional fights except street beefs, because I know they do King of the Streets and all that. I don't think I've ever. Oh, bro, you know what? Way back in the day, I would cover like actual street fights, like street fights. And some of them got taken down because it didn't used to be so across the board against the guidelines on YouTube, and now it absolutely is. Bro, I put out videos in 2016 that YouTube started taking down in 2020. Because as their guidelines, like imagine tomorrow YouTube is like, you can't say chale anymore. We just don't like how that sounds. Bro, you know what I remember? I remember when I was a kid in elementary school and some of my friends would talk Spanish. Did any of you ever experience this? I remember they would like talk and the teachers would go, no Spanish, no Spanish. Did any of you live through that? I completely forgot about that. They would literally go, no Spanish. They would say, like if you're a dog, they'd go, no Spanish, no Spanish. And at the time, I didn't know how to feel about it. I was just like, oh, there's no Spanish here. Like, I don't think I quite grasped how weird that was. Especially because all my teachers were white. At that time, at least where I was, all the teachers were white or Asian. Mexican teachers, that wasn't even a thing. Black teachers, I think I saw one on a movie, or it was a coach. But they were all white or Asian. But yeah, bro, if they said tomorrow you can't say chale anymore, what they would do is go backwards and just delete all my old channels where I ever said chale. Like it doesn't start today. They'll just go back retroactively and just destroy you, man. And I remember they changed the guidelines where you couldn't show any kind of fighting that didn't have like a ref and rules and regulations and all this and that. I barely got by with street beefs because how do you call it? I like push back. What's the word? I don't know. And I was like, no, it has a ref, they have rules and blah, blah. And they're like, okay, whatever. But yeah, they got me, man. Marloca. I appealed it, that's the word. Marloca. With the little foxy. With the little foxy that reminds me of the dude from Carfax because I used to sell cars and now I'm traumatized. I have trauma. Thank you, Marloca. It's ironic to see him with the heart because he was heartless at the dealership. Let me tell you that. Just for fun, I looked up Ric Flair's name. It really is Richard Morgan Flair. Oh, you thought ARJR was lying? Mamacita, chamacita. No way, love coffee. You could customize it and make it your own. If I drank coffee like that, I get it. I remember when I went through a very, very brief period of time where I'm kind of embarrassed now. I felt like a woman. And I know that's, you know, I don't know how that is taken when you say that these days. Like, I feel like, you know, in my life, when you would say that, dudes would be like, oh yeah, you don't want to feel that way. But now they'd be like, what's wrong with that? But that's neither here either. I remember I went through this phase where I would, I'd have like sugar, I'd have caramel, I don't even know what was in there, these types of creams. And I mean, by the time I was done with it was a milkshake. And it was like the lightest thing. Like right now when I drink coffee, if you just looked at it from across the room, if it was like in a glass cup, you would think it was like Dr. Pepper. It's just black. It was black as the night. Hey, do you know that song ARJR? Louie, 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 Louie. I love that song. But it was like light brown, light. It was like Steph Curry coffee. But I don't know. I remember I just started getting self-conscious about it. I felt like a chick drinking coffee like that. Now I drink it like a cowboy. Now I drink that John Wayne coffee. Now I drink that John Wayne coffee. Do the sparkling drinks have a flavor, bro? Let me tell you something, Dustin Nance. I've tried so many of the different sparkling this, sparkling that, all the different bubblies, I can't think of the names right now. All these dumb little trendy ones. They all taste like gasoline, bro. Sparkling ice, it's unbelievable. My favorite one, and we order them from Amazon where it's just straight this flavor. Because if you buy like a pack at Target, it'll be like cherry limeade, black raspberry, kiwi strawberry, mango. There's a bunch of different ones. It's just this classic lemonade, bro. It tastes like a lemonade soda. It's unbelievable, bro. It's so good. But there's a bunch of different flavors, and I like a few of them. I like most of them. They're so good, dude. Sparkling water, heck yeah. I remember I emailed them a long time ago. Like, it's a dream of mine to be sponsored by them because of how much I sincerely love them. Something that I actually love that much. I'm going to choose to believe that Angel drinks his coffee black. I'm going to choose to believe that Angel, they call him the Chicago's John Wayne, not Gacy. Hey, that's a weird coincidence, Omar Quinones, because there was lots of talk in my world yesterday about Randy Couture, because I felt bad. I dissed him. He was the first two-division champion. Now, a lot of people make the differentiation that Conor McGregor was the first champ, like simultaneous. But then some people retort and say, it was kind of a technicality. It was kind of just to give that illusion because he never even defended anything. He was never even active. He might as well not have been simultaneous. And they kind of just let him hold it like that just for you. So there's different ways to look at it, I guess. Where is the documentary? Dang, which documentary were we talking about? Which one, bro? Coffee is good. Regular coffee is drank for the caffeine. Bad coffee is a sin. Yeah, I just drink it for the caffeine, bro. I need my coffee with espresso in the mornings. It's life. Wait a minute. With espresso? I'm confused. Isn't that like saying I need my coffee with Folgers? I thought espresso was a type of coffee. Oh, wait a minute. I was thinking. Wait, I think it's because I'm used to saying espresso. I thought espresso was something different. Espresso. Espresso that just makes you like faster, right? It's the ones that's like more concentrated. Is that what it is? I always try to, when I use my coffee maker, I try to get as close as I can to an espresso. I just make it like with the smallest size cup, so it comes out with like the least liquid, so the coffee's like it's packed. I don't know if that works or if it's just a mental thing. It's like less watered down, I think. Marloca has to work. Marloca has to work. Working and lurking club, let's go. Whoo! Black and strong. I had a teacher who knew him when she was young. She had a crazy, oh dang. She probably couldn't tell the rest, huh? He was a zombie? Oh, dang. I miss those days, man. I need to try to be in some movies again. Just little background acting. What's up? Octopuses freak me out, bro. Yeah, it's important, bro. It means a lot. It makes a big difference. The likes and the hypes and all that. I want to tell you guys thank you because in the last video that I did, which one was it? The video, no, it wasn't the last one. It was the one before that. The one that I did that says the UFC needs Sean Strickland. You guys did 105 hypes on that video. And I'm gonna be honest, I still don't fully understand what hypes are and what they do. But when I saw that number, I wanted to compare it to some of the most recent ones, and this one just destroyed the other ones. So you guys like really showed up and hyped that video, and it made a difference. For me and the way that things are going right now with the channel, I mean, I'm not getting millions of views or anything, but for right now, the video did good. So I want to thank you guys for doing that. I didn't even know bees had nipples. That's what I'm saying, bro. A marine biologist, bro. The sea was angry that day, my friends. Oh, heck yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Good vibes. It's probably even better on YouTube, bro, because then people will be right here on YouTube already and then go check the channel. Heck yeah. What is this? I don't like this. From the bow. I'm from the bow. Heck yeah, bro. Thank you for doing the good vibes. Oh, heavyweights. We gotta watch heavyweights, bro. We gotta watch heavyweights. Hold on. Did you do movie night a day early on accident? Because I just got an email notification saying the movie night. Oh, no, legendary. No, what you must have got right now was, I feel so bad. What you must have got right now, because I did that a little bit ago before the stream went live. So you might have just got the notification right now. Every time we do a movie night stream, however many hours after that, when it's all done processing, after we go through the whole experience, Patreon gives me a notification and it's like, hey, the movie has all been processed, the live stream, and now you can publish it so people can watch it after the fact if they missed it. So what I did was I made it live. So if anyone on the Patreon now wants to watch it after the fact, it's there, but you know, it's not live anymore. If I was a UFC fighter, I wouldn't be happy knowing he got 15 mil. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's happy about it. GM Truth will always have less followers. Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. That's why I'm so okay with it now. That's why I'm so okay with it. And I see what's taking off, and I'm like, that's cool, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. If that's what it takes, I'm cool. They barely have regular thinking. Marloca with the membership. Pocket gifting, bro. I got all my pocket gifting. Me. I appreciate it. Hey, if you're getting a gift, please don't forget to scope my membership tab. There's a bunch of goodies for you over there. I don't want the membership to be in vain. All about the tablet. What? Kevin Smith gets thrown off when he shows his own trailers? Oh no. I've seen I've seen other YouTubers, and I'm always like, how do they get away with that? I've had so much stuff demonetized, copyright claimed, and so on and forth, and etc. And I'm like, but the ones I've been seeing doing it lately, they have the picture in picture. It's way smaller, and they do a bunch of pauses. Now, I don't know if Kevin Smith does that, but that's dirty that they do that to him, man. Yeah, I've had to go back and forth a lot with YouTube over the years, David, about fair use. I mean, because they won't give you the benefit of the doubt up front automatically. You'll have to go at them with fair use, and then they'll finally back down. It's crazy, man. It makes me sad about, the Tom Hanks thing. I always, when you're just, I remember back in the day before, like, the internet was what it was and before podcasts and all that, like, the only thing you ever really even knew about a celebrity is what you saw, like, on a late night show with, like, Conan O'Brien or something, and even that was all artificial. So it's like, I remember back in the day, I thought Tom Hanks was, like, the best dude. I thought he was just, like, a solid dude, just the epitome of being a good guy. And then, strike one, Da Vinci Code, and then, makes me sad, man. Makes me sad. But again, just like I was saying earlier, the big problem is that we put people on a pedestal and we give them too much expectations. And that's why I don't care about the Epstein list. That's why I don't care that guy's on it? Oh, okay, who cares? Why? Because I never had any faith in that dude anyway. Oh, wait a minute, this big power couple was on there, and my favorite singer and the actor that just got this, they're on there too? Oh, I don't care. How come? Because I don't put people on a pedestal, and I assume that they were a bunch of wackadoodle animals anyway, so that's why I don't care. You know what I did last week? I watched You've Got Mail, and it's a fantastic film, and it holds up. And I'm not sitting there thinking about what Tom Hanks was doing, because I was thinking about what his character in the movie was doing. And that I approved of. Wallace Shawn. Dang, I don't know who that is. I feel bad. Wallace Shawn. Oh, that guy. Inconceivable. Dang. That's what I think the first thing I ever saw him in. I was trying to remember there was something that stuck in my head. The first thing I ever saw this dude in was Clueless. What was he? Was he a teacher? I think he was Cher's teacher in the movie Clueless. Bartolomeo, is the suegra a tougher opponent than YouTube? Serio. It's hard to say, man. Maybe not. Maybe not for me. I mean, hey, I shouldn't be proud of it. It's not a good character trait. But I do a pretty good job. Of being a hermit. And kind of staying away from everything and from everybody. So I don't really have to deal with people in my personal life too much. Especially since we don't speak the same language, like, at all. There's just a lot of gestures and facial expressions. Oh, no. The trailer was loud? Dang it. I don't know why it was so louder than everything else. But yeah, it's but still, like, I would probably hear it through other people. She'd probably give Marilena an earful, and she would talk to her sister, and it's just, I just don't want to start any drama. Omar Quiñones! Hey, self-inflicted. We have self-inflicted movement in here today. Thank you, Omar Quiñones. Please don't forget to make the most of it and get into that deep, dark web of the Mexican martial arts, which is the membership tab. Plenty of goodies in there, not meant for the general population. Thank you, bro. What? They gave they gave Woody a bald spot. Oh, dang. Hey, arriba la raza. Heck yeah. She's talking to me. What? Come on, what's up, man? What's up, come on? Kai Money? Long time ago, David. Long time ago. Back when I was making content about him, trying to do my research. But it's been a while. It just looked wild, man. That stuff's crazy. It's annoying, bro. It's brighter. The light is coming in funky from here because I'm streaming a little bit earlier today. And one of my light bulbs in here went out. So everything's funky. No. This one went out. So I stole the one from over there, and now I need to go get another light bulb. The lighting's been funky in here the last couple days. So, yeah, I did notice that earlier. It was bothering me. My previous F those teachers. It was crazy. Some still do. My previous employer had managers who would tell their employees no Spanish in my office. Dang. Stop that Spanish gibberish. Chihuahua. Yeah, it was weird, man.
Not for gay Jesus people.
She's talking to me. Wait, what do you mean? That's funny. I saw this as soon as I put it on. What do you mean you need it, bro? Dang it. Marloca with the party bird, 'cause she likes to party. She likes to party. This is the remix. Panic at the Disco remix. What's Mazo? You know what? I felt bad. Marilena got me one of those machines where you can make sodas. And it was like, oh shoot. Like in theory, like conceptually, it was like the best, most thoughtful gift ever. Like it made the most sense. But nothing ever tasted right, man. Like they had these little things where you could make like Pepsi or root beer or whatever, and they never tasted right. They all tasted like RC Cola. They all tasted like a little bit off or something. I don't know if it's you or me, Matt. I'm like super stupid behind. Sultan, why you being so pushy, bro? You want to know? You want my chonies too or what? You can't just come in here asking me for stuff like that, being all pushy. We are family. You can't just come in here strong-arming me like that, bro. You're going to make me get crazy.
Now that I think about it, I hope you get violated by pig monkey men in the woods.
Making my blood rise, bro. It's already hot today. My little stupid fan's overheating. It's not even working. My fan that's supposed to be cooling me down is overheating. The irony. I like that members video of you in the kitchen just joking around. Thank you, bro. Thank you again, ARJR. I've been feeling weird about the members tab lately because I go through different phases and waves on there of what I do and what I try to offer and what I try to make available to people to just give them a little something. And it keeps changing. And I just want to keep putting something on there. And the other day when I was going to make it, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little silly. I'm kind of tired. I'm trying to get in the beanie space of like, I'm going to get in there right now and try to make some content, get stuff flowing. Let's just click record and just put something out there. And, you know, it felt good to be able to put something up. Dang. Wait, that was her fault? Bertolomeo. Stacy Dash. Bertolomeo. Einstein files aim for interest or gossip. Therefore, accountability. We need to hold people accountable for what they do, regardless of how much we care. Then they just need to get everybody. They just need to get everybody because it is everybody. Everybody that's ever made a movie, anybody that's ever made music, anybody that's ever put out an album, everybody, like, I mean, we can't be that ignorant. They're complicit. Just take them out like the bees. I mean, I think that's why people don't, you keep hearing them say it would overwhelm the world. It would turn everything upside down because it's everybody. So just take them all. Just take them all. Let's start all over. Let's start all over like the flood, you know? Just take like everyone in all the Hollywood buildings and just take them, just pick up the buildings with a big helicopter and just lift them out of here and we'll just start all over. It's going to be so muddy and sticky and just like it's everybody, man. Everybody knows something, seen something, heard something. It's good to have you back, bro. Good to have you back, Omar. But I'm not the best one to speak on that because I literally don't care about anything. I literally don't care about any of that. And I know that there are some good-hearted people that do care and they have good reasons for caring. I just can't make myself care. I can't make myself care. I'm never amazed. I'm never amazed. I'm never surprised. I'm never shocked by wickedness. Anytime someone does that, I'm like, oh, you're finally seeing it? You thought people were inherently good? Somebody told you that people were inherently good? And that's why you freak out every time you see something like this? Your brain can't comprehend it, that people aren't inherently good? That's cute. Oh, darling. You thought people were good. But it's good to care about the right things, you know. I'm just a wackadoodle dude. What? Oh, dang, bro. What's up, Drew ain't playing around. Cause I got all my homies with me. What's up, Drew is specifically here today just to let people know what's up. Cause I got all my homies with me. Thank you for doing it, bro. We are family. You just changed the lives of 5 people in one fell swoop. We are family. Thank you for doing it. Cause I got all my homies with me. Thank you very much, What's Up, Drew. We are family. Why wouldn't we keep our Paramount subscriptions? How are we going to watch the UFC? Theory of gravity was a state-sponsored operation that was created to keep people from flying, the Einstein files. I've been telling people that, you know, my doubts about gravity for years, and people laugh at me. People have been doing me like Eddie Bravo for years. I've been saying all these things, and people laugh at me. Tinfoil beanie. Bro, what happened? I was a fan. Past tense. You was way better than MMA Guru. I don't even know what that means, bro. There's a lot to dissect there. A lot has happened. You're no longer a fan. and I was better than someone else. I'm exhausted already, bro. I don't know. I fell off. I killed a bee and my light bulb went out. Stupid chat keeps freezing on me. Too busy working. Heck yeah, I'm happy to see the appreciation. Robert Gerard. Heck yeah, bro. Bertolomeo. Didn't God say evil prevails because good people stand around just watching and witnessing? If it happened to you, you'd care. Don't let it happen. Well, you know what? I don't want to speak incorrectly here. Hold up. Let me try to do some research here. Because I was going to say, wasn't it like FDR or somebody that said that? The quote, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Widely attributed to 18th century philosopher Edmund Burke. Highlights that inaction and silence from good people empower oppression. It emphasizes that moral responsibility demands action, not just watching, as neutrality or inaction serves as a silent accomplice to wrongdoing. Now, I'm not trying... Look, listen. Bertolomeo, by the way, I know that you're a full-blown homie, bro. So I don't want you to think I'm coming at you sideways. But as soon as you said that, I was like, didn't like Mark Twain or somebody say that? I don't know if there's some kind of a nugget that where that comes from scripture, but I thought, like, didn't some dude say that? And I understand the concept of that. I mean, let's say I was in a restaurant and there's some dude that's going crazy and he's drunk and he's trying to fight everybody in there, and everyone just sits down and watches and they're scared and they record on their phones. All that it requires for that dude to thrive and hurt a bunch of people is for all the good men to sit there and do nothing, right? I totally agree with that. I agree with you. People got to get up and stop him, right? So I agree. And I'm not saying that I'm right. That's the thing. I'm just always brutally honest and transparent on here about my perspective. And I'm not saying that it's right or that anybody else should be like that. I shared the quote with you guys, I don't know how many streams ago. There's a saying, to be so earthly minded that you're no heavenly good, or so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. And I will be honest with you, I sometimes struggle with the latter part of that statement because I'm so over this earth. I've been that way since I was a kid. I've never been sold on this earth. Vanity of vanities. There's nothing new. Everything repeats and recycles, and it's just not of this world type of situation. It's never impressed me. Never wanted nothing to do with it. I'm over it. And I know that there are people of faith out there that are like, we should show that faith by making the world a better place and leaving our stamp, you know? And then there's other people who I tend to be like, which again, I'm not saying it's right. It's something I struggle with. But I tend to lean toward, hey, it's gonna burn, homie. I don't care. They don't want to be saved. And I feel like I skipped to the end. I read the whole book, you know. And I know to a lot of people, I sound like a wackadoodle-doo when I talk about stuff like that. Just like I think some people are wackadoodle-doos when they talk about what they believe in. You know, that's fair. But I feel like I know where this leads. We're not going to save the world. It's not going to happen. And again, I'm not saying it's right to think like that. So pessimistically, a lot of people would say. That's just where my head's at. So, I mean, I'm not going to try to dissuade someone who's sincerely trying to do what's right and hold people accountable and that kind of stuff, because I would be foolish to argue with that. We're just, you know, just different in some ways. Now I will, because of my beliefs, I will. I mean, I've been talking about it for years now, and I haven't pulled the trigger. I've been talking about it for years, how I want to start a different channel and talk about things that I think are important, things of faith and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if you don't care about anything, you don't want to save the world, why would you do that? I guess what I'm saying is, and maybe I'm hypocritical at certain turns. You know, it's not like I sit there and map this all out. I do think it's important. And who was it? Pan or Towler, one of those dudes. He's like super ultimate atheist, you know, like high level final form atheist, you know. And I remember he said, hey, if somebody's a Christian and they believe in God and they believe in heaven and hell, bro, I would be insulted if they didn't try to save me. What an insult. If they really believe that and they don't try to tell me, dang, they must hate me. So I do believe in putting that out there, putting that information out. Because, man, there's a lot of people trying to put information out that's anti-God, you know? So it's like, man, maybe we should retort that a little bit. But when I just look at the world and the state of the world as a whole, it's like, well, some people could be saved. Some people could turn from their ways. But the world as a whole, I mean, what do we expect? This is what it's going to be. Epstein files? Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. That makes sense. That's the state of man. Of course they're acting like that. So I think it tends to make me like my state of just never being surprised by any of that and never, you know, my blood pressure doesn't get raised with that kind of stuff. Because it's like, yeah, wicked people do wicked things. That's what mankind does. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I compartmentalize it, you know, where I'll think on a case-to-case basis of individuals. It's like, yeah, different people could be saved. Different people could turn their life around. But as a whole, it's like, I look at it different, I guess. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I'm the ultimate thinker on all of this. I'm just saying what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I was a fan. I still am, but I was back then too. I get it. I'm still a fan, bro. Your takes on the McGregor and Khabib fight was epic. You're a legend. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. In case you're wondering, bro, because I don't know how long it's been since you've been around here. In case you're wondering what's going on lately and why I haven't been making those same kinds of videos, it's just I was basically making the kind of videos that it takes like a small team to make, and it was unsustainable just for one dude. When I started making those videos, I was making them with 2 or 3 other guys at a time, and then it got to the point where I was just doing it by myself. And when I was doing it with the other dudes, at the time, if you remember, way back in the day, they were like 2-3 minutes long. Then I started doing them by myself, and they were like 10 to 15 minutes long, and it was like, it was undoable. I couldn't keep that consistent. And that's what made me kind of freak out and just have to go do something else and take a hiatus. It just made me go crazy, man. And then I came back and I did what I could. I just do the talking beanie type stuff now, you know. And you know what someone told me the other day? Someone left me a comment the other day, and they're like, bro, these talking style videos that you do now where you're just sitting there talking, I like them way better than the ones where you did with all the editing and the photos and the video. They just seem more real and chill and relaxed and relatable. And I was like, bro, I need more people like you, homie. I couldn't believe he said that. That made me feel good. Even if everyone in here disagrees, just the fact that it's possible for someone to think that way made me feel so good. But thank you, Jackins. The crazy thing is when do those people just say, you know what? I choose evil. I want to be that. Max Bluestein, look, I don't want to start a whole war on here with some of you because I hate when it gets like that, you know? I know some people love that. I don't enjoy debating. I really, really don't. Even though it might seem like it sometimes, if it seems like I'm being a brat and like I'm having a little too much fun going back and forth, I hate debating. I hate confrontation. I really do. I like everyone to get along. I like everything to be all cool. I hate confrontation. It feels gross. So everything I'm just saying on here, it's my opinions. It's how I feel. I'm not trying to push that on anybody else. I'm not trying to debate you, but what I would respond with Max Bluestein is I don't think people choose that. I fully believe that people are inherently evil. People are inherently wicked. And I think anyone that has children could see that. You have to teach. You have to specifically teach your children, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't stick your finger there. Don't eat that. Don't smash this tractor toy onto your brother's head. Don't steal that. I used to volunteer in my kids' classes. I mean, the kids, they're animals. They'll do the worst. I mean, and then people are just big kids. People left to their own devices do some evil, wicked, terrible things. From my life experience, you have to choose to do good. You have to choose to, because the easy things, the wicked things are always so easy. They're always so easy and the most tempting. They look like the best option. They're the most desirable. You have to go out of your way to do the right thing. You have to choose to do the right thing. You have to put in effort to do the right thing. Have you ever noticed? I always think it's fascinating. Think about how long it took to build the Twin Towers. How long did that take? I don't know. I don't know everything that went into it and the materials. How long did it take to build them? How long did it take to take them down? And I'm not talking about all the planning and meetings and all that between the United States government and those dudes. I'm talking about, boom, the moment it hit. How long does it take to build an amazing, beautiful, detailed cake with a bunch of artwork and names and happy birthday and all the little pieces and the fondant? How long does it take? What if I'm holding that cake and I smash it on the ground? How long does that take? I've always been fascinated my whole life by that concept. How long does it take if you drew a beautiful piece on a piece of canvas, just drew the most beautiful piece of artwork ever, sketched it out, painted it, did all this, someone comes along, rips it, lights it on fire, gone, easy. It's destruction and evil and wickedness. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's the least effort. It's quick. You don't even have to think that much. It's accessible. It's simple. But to build up, to do something positive, to construct, to create, that takes effort. It takes time. It takes determination. It takes dedication, faithfulness. Once you see that, how can you even think otherwise? I've never been able to turn back from that. Once you look at it that way, it's like, whoa. Destruction and wickedness is not something that you have to choose. I totally agree with Mr. Pink. I don't know the context in which you posted that verse. I don't know if it was like to show that it wasn't quite what the other dude was saying or to show that I was wrong. I don't know. I totally agree with that verse. I don't think it fits in the context of what we were talking about. And I think that's what you're trying to show, because I don't think this at all directly correlates with holding other people accountable, and like that doesn't even have anything to do with salvation and faith and doing good in the eyes of what that means. I mean, that would be That's kind of like proof texting, you know? I don't know. I don't want to assume that you're saying something you're not saying. Yup. I mean, that kind of reminds me of unadapted. That kind of reminds me of the whole silent majority thing, you know? And it frustrated me the other day in that video that I made. I referenced it. And everybody knows about this by now, where there's like, you know, there's certain groups of people that are super loud and animated and emoting and look at me and listen to me and blah, blah, blah. And everyone thinks that's the biggest thing because they demand your attention and this and that. And then the other people are quiet and they're like, that's not me. And I think there's more people like that. But yeah. Am I wrong? I don't got it right now, bro. Am I wrong? Feeling something like that. Oh, I need some, bro. I do need some honey. The irony. Oh man. Shoot, man. I'm sorry. I'm stalling a little. I didn't trying to figure out how behind in the chat I am. Bartolomeo. Order and creation. Order and creation. Overseeds. Overrides? Proceeds. Dang it. Sorry, bro. Order and creation. Receives description. Open mind. Order and creation. Overseeds description. Dang it. I'm sorry, bro. I don't. Order and creation. Dang. Oh, man, I love French toast, bro. I love French toast. Sultan, I could never tell you that, bro. I could never tell you that. I cannot share. I've been sworn to secrecy. Sultan.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you trying to make videos? What are you trying to do? Am I wrong? Dang, I think I'm gonna have to unlist this stream, man. The last couple of streams I did, I put like a thumbnail and a title that I didn't even end up talking about, man. We haven't even talked about UFC and MMA news in here, man. You guys want to keep talking about the Matrix? Ooh, I've never seen what's it called? Road Trip? I've never seen Road Trip. Bro, I think you're on drugs, Sultan. I think you're on drugs, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You've been voted off the island. Am I wrong for sending Sultan to the shadow realm? Dang. I hung around long enough to become the villain. Look at what you made me do, Sultan. Look at what you made me do, bro. We are, bro. I'm getting delirious, Omar. Hey, Jesse, I really think that we are on a school of sorts, or possibly, get this, ant farm for aliens. LOL. Read the Hindu holy book where Krishna talks with a holy soldier of sort. You know what? I have been meaning to. What do they call them? The Vedas. I have been meaning to read those. And I've spent a little bit of time in it, but I really do want to read the Quran from cover to cover. You know, it would be foolish of me to not immerse myself in these things, to have, you know, honest, solid frames of reference. You know, it would probably be hypocritical of me not to. David, I knew you were, bro. I knew you were. What do you guys want to talk about for the next 8 minutes or so till I got a dip? TKO president and COO Mark Shapiro warned investors during an earnings call on Wednesday that the company is expecting to potentially lose $30 million on UFC's June event at the White House. I want to be clear about something. We will not profit from the White House event independently. We will not be making money on America's 250th anniversary, Shapiro said. That's an investment for the long term. This is about earned media. This is about sampling new fans, casual viewers, a spectacle on a stage that will ultimately expand our audience, our viewership, and our success on Paramount Plus. Shapiro continued, we see this once in a lifetime stage as a strategic investment to drive subscriber acquisition at Paramount Plus, massive audience sampling for the UFC overall, and Super Bowl like earned media across the globe. The event, which is currently scheduled to occur on June 14th in honor of America's 250th anniversary this year, set to be held at the White House South Lawn. So it's not even making money. They're losing money. They're losing 30 million big ones. Wow. I don't think Jesus would like you hanging out with Krishna. I'm very much into what they call apologetics. I think it's very important what Peter said. There's a where is it at? I think it's dishonest. I think it's naive. I think it's ignorant and even somewhat hypocritical to not do this. 1 Peter 3:15, but in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect.
Not for gay Jesus people.
How can you do that? How are you gonna tell everyone the best ice cream flavor if you don't know what the rest tastes like? And I'm not saying give this a try. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying you should be studied. You should be cultured. You should be well read. You should have references. You should test this against that. That's what's gonna strengthen your faith. Other than that, it's what's often referred to as blind faith. And no follower of Christ is ever called to have blind faith. That's something that they're accused of. Christians are often accused of not being critical thinkers, of having blind faith. And unfortunately, maybe there are people like that. I refer to them as cultural Christians. You go to church, you own a Bible, you listen to Chris Tomlin, you know. But I think that you should know what's out there. Connor versus Dustin 4. Dustin trading at ATT right now. Left his home state. Dang, man. What is Poirier doing? What is he doing, bro? Yeah, it's interesting when there's that crossover, bro. Just like how there's some Enoch crossover, man. It just lets you know all this stuff was going on, man. It doesn't mean that it's something that should be followed, but it lets you know this is what they were dealing with. This stuff was going on. Nah, Mark, I don't. I've never went, I'm gonna be honest, I've never went and been diagnosed. But because of how I feel when I don't breathe out of my mouth, and I could feel the lack of air, and how I'm just constantly feeling like, you know, like when people have a cold and they're stuffy, that's me every day, all day, all around the year, you know, it never goes away. So I'm making some assumptions, and I'm always tired, and I just feel terrible in the mornings, bro. Yeah, I've been exposed to that as well. Nobles oblige, because some people could be swayed to and fro, you know. It happens to some people. Just like some people, they'll go off to college and they'll have some, you know, eloquent professor who hates God even though God doesn't exist, because this dude likes to hate things that don't exist for some reason. And then they just get caught up in all the intellectual speak. UFC CEO Dana White says he's not worried about politics driving fans away. We could all still just get along. Ultimate Fighting Championship CEO Dana White, a longtime friend and supporter of President Trump, says it's important to be authentic and just be yourself, arguing that political views shouldn't be a reason for fans to abandon a sport. Just be authentic, he repeated during the interview with CBS Sunday Morning, airing this weekend. You don't have to agree with me, you don't have to like it, and I don't have to agree with you, but we could all still get along. Can't we all just get along? That's how it's supposed to work. While White House has taken the stage at Republican national conventions and how prominent While White has taken the stage at Republican national conventions and held a prominent seat at Mr. Trump's second inauguration, he said he respects whoever occupies the nation's highest office. His decades-long friendship with Mr. Trump, however, has helped pave the way for a historic UFC fight card on the South Lawn of the White House on June 14th, part of the lead up to America's 250th birthday celebration. Well, I hate that they're still calling it that. They ruined it. It should have been on July 4th. It 100% should have been on July 4th. And have we ever been given a reason why it wasn't? I don't get that. I don't understand why they did that. They made it so weird. They made it weird. They made it look political when they took it off the July 4th thing. July 4th thing, that might seem like the ultimate political from some points of views, but at the same time, I feel like they made it more political because of today's current climate. Bartolomeo. I think of it this way, bro. If my salvation consists of worshiping someone, then there's no freedom, in my opinion. I do good and try to do good. Try to do better. Religions are man-made for interest. I agree with you, Bartolomeo. I say all the time, I hate it when people refer to me as religious. I don't like that word. I feel like it's a dirty word. I feel like it's a bad word. To me, my faith is no religion. I think that's gross. And I tend to push back on religion and religious things because for the most part, yeah, I think that's a word that they put on a lot of man-made stuff, a lot of traditions. I don't care for that word. I have faith in something, and based on that faith, I feel like there's certain fruits that are manifested from that. But when you have like all these weird different hierarchies and things set in place, that it gets kind of funky. It gets kind of cultish. So I definitely agree with you there. If my salvation consists on worshiping someone, then there's no freedom. I'm going to put it in a way that maybe some people won't like. That might seem like I'm, putting parents on a pedestal or something. I don't know. But I think about it like this. Humans have proved, please, for real, I mean it. Please hear me out. Please put your Sudokus down, and if you're driving, pull over. Listen. I feel like humans have time and time again proven that they don't have their own best interests at heart. They don't have their own best interests at heart. Human beings will time and time again, intentionally, subconsciously, they will sabotage themselves. They will do the wrong thing. They will pick the wrong thing. And we have our ultimate example with Adam and Eve. Now, I don't believe in the Bible. That's stupid. Your imaginary spaghetti friend. Okay. I understand a lot of people will laugh at that because they're like, bro, don't convince me to believe in the word of God by using the word of God. Like that's crazy. I get it. If that doesn't cut it for you, look at people. Look at people. Look at yourself. Look at people that you know. People, time and time and time again, prove that they're flawed. They make mistakes. They do crazy things. They say crazy things. They hurt people. They're selfish. They make people sad. They physically hurt people. They break people's hearts. They lie to people. They steal. They are selfish. They are whatever. We have shown at every turn, through every decade, through every period of time, through every relationship, how very, very, very flawed we are, right? So, I think of it like my kids. So, but please, you got to be there with me first. Humankind has shown that left to their own devices, they fall apart at the seams. Let's say there's no God. If my salvation consists on worshiping someone, there's no freedom. Okay, there's no God. There's no God. Okay, look at our world. Look at our people. Like, leave God out of the conversation. Fine. Just look at our world and the warring, the fighting, the murder. We kill each other for resources. We kill each other for money. We kill each other because I don't agree with you. We're warring beasts. We're at each other's throats. We will kill each other with bullets and bombs and radiation and chemicals. This is who we are. This is who we are left to our own devices. Darn dirty apes. And I don't mean it in that way. Dang it. I didn't mean to go full like, I'm not saying in an evolutionary way. I'm saying because I was thinking of Charlton Heston when he saw the Statue of Liberty. That's what people do. Right? So that let's put that aside now. I think of my kids. And if we could frame it in this context just for the sake of what we're talking about here. Worshiping. Now, I'm not saying my kids worship me, but let's play with that same framework right there. My kids' salvation, they're being in my good graces, right? Let's try to just fix the vernacular here so it feels okay. So instead of salvation, my kids being in favor with me. It depends on worshiping. Okay, let's not say worshiping. It depends on their actions, how they interact with me, right? So let's just change the verbiage on this. If my children's place in, where they stand in favor with me depends on their actions and how they live their life, then there's no freedom in that, right? Okay. What if I told my children, hey, here's the keys. Here's the keys. Go get some ice cream. I'm tired. I don't want to go anywhere. Here's the keys. Hey, here's $500. Go get the thing that we need for the next week. Go get groceries. Go to work for me. Go clock. What I'm saying is, if we just said all bets are off, and we empower, do whatever you want, do whatever you want. There's nothing to abide by, nothing to live by. There's no boundaries. There's no kind of framework, no infrastructure, nothing that says that this is good and this is bad. No objective morality. Do whatever you want. You don't have. Go ahead. They're gonna die. They don't even have their own best interests at heart. They don't even know what's best for them. They'll do the wrong thing. They'll choose the wrong thing. I'll say here, and they'll think, wow, that's the coolest parent. I'm autonomous. I have free will. They're not trying to tell me I have to live by A, B, and C. They're so cool. I have the coolest parents. Now I'm dead. They gave me $500 to buy groceries. I came back with nothing but tubs of ice cream and hot Cheetos. I'm acting like a grown-up. I get to go to work for them. I burn the place down. I get fired. Oh, wait, I can't get fired. My boss died. We are in a state of relationship with, if we can agree that God is real, we exist in a state of relationship where this is where objective morality comes from. This is where authority comes from. This is where who knows what's best comes from. So I have no problem conceding, worshiping, living in a way that aligns with what my creator. I have no problem with doing that because I know left to my own devices, I've seen what happens, whether I'm going with the Adam and Eve story or I don't believe in that, and I'm just looking at what my coworkers and my neighbors and my relatives and what I do. We mess up. We're flawed. We're stupid. We kill ourselves. We kill each other. We're broken. We're sad. We're depressed. We're full of anxiety. We're all pumped up on meds because we can't even handle our own lives. That is why it's easy to say, I have no problem worshiping because I need a savior. I have no problem worshiping because when I've tried to be my own God, when I've tried to be my own savior, now we're at war. We're at war. The whole world is at war with each other, and we're all trying to kill each other. That's better than worshiping a creator, though, that knows best for me, though, right? Because at least I feel free now. And I'm just passionate about this, Bertolomeo. I'm not trying to come at you, bro. I love you, man.
Whose hot dog is this?
Clip it. My hand over you, out of my hand. Classic Chuck. That is like the exact opposite of blind faith, bro. It's not doing a lot to drop a net. He was literally showing them in that moment. Like he was showing them. He was about to show them what he was going to do. That was literally just like, hey, step one, drop the net and I'm going to show you so you don't have to have blind faith. The apostles were literally like the least blind faith type of dudes because they rolled with them. They saw everything firsthand. Out of my David. I'm listening with French toast in hand. The world convinces people that obedience and submission are bad words. Yup. How dare they tell me what to do? I'm an American. I have freedom. Don't you tell me what to do. Not enough people believe in a living word. Salvation and freedom can certainly be found if you. Yup. That's where the real freedom is. People are trapped by their artificial freedom. People are trapped by a freedom that keeps them in the rat race, that keeps them depressed, that keeps them away from a saving Savior. Their gods are their money and their vehicle and their houses and their status. That's why they're so miserable. Exactly, Avalos. Exactly, bro. Exactly. It drives me crazy when we're accused of not being critical thinkers. I mean, how could you be a critical thinker and allow yourself to think like what you're describing? It's insane, bro. I was saying not that long ago, it's relevant. We just came out the gymnastics, like the mental gymnastics you have to execute. That's gold medal type stuff, bro. If my wife listens to this, she's gonna think I'm listening to a preacher. In my opinion, that comparison would make more sense if humanity were just children. Noblesse, again, I hope, hey, by the way, someone could come on here and say, I hate God, God is blah, 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 and I will still speak to you with love, bro. So I hope nobody thinks if I speak to them directly, I'm coming at them. If it sounds like it, it's just because I'm so passionate about this. But Noblesse, that's all we basically are, bro. We're all kids that got older, bro. We're all kids that got older. It's weird that we make this distinction. I mean, it's so funny to me that people are looking at the clock and they're like, 3, 2, 1, 18. You're an adult. You're an adult now. Bro, what? We're just kids that are just older now. We didn't take on this weird, perfect, infallible, ultimate, mature thing when we're just still flawed people, bro. That comparison would make more sense if humanity were just children. Without objective morality, humanity is relatively flourishing. What? Wait, you're not saying what I... Without objective morality, humanity is relatively flourishing if you compare it to how bad... I mean, I had a conversation similar to this with someone not that long ago, and they were... And I don't know if you're going down the same road, but they were trying to tell me, like, how much better we are these days than things were in the past, and talking about all these advancements and technology and AI and infrastructure and jobs and commerce. And I'm like, bro, we're just as deviant as we've ever. I mean, it's like the days of Noah again, bro. Now, I think things kind of maybe teetered off a little because, again, you're not going to follow me unless you believe along the same lines as I do. But I mean, obviously there was a time in history where it was like that, and you could call it a reset if you want. And, you know, the belief is that once things are basically the same way again, that's when we're going to have another big moment. So I do agree that we could look at different points in time and say that they felt like they were worse than things are right now. But I mean, evil just manifests in a different way, bro. I mean, you could look at I mean, it's hard to know without what you're referring to. Humanity is relatively flourishing if you compare to how bad things were before. When before? Like, are you referring to like some kind of dark ages or periods where they were like sacrificing children at the altar or whatever? Because like Planned Parenthood is killing more babies than were ever killed in history by any altars with physical fire, you know? I mean, it's manifesting differently. It's happening behind closed doors. It's happening with technology. It's happening with AI. It's happening with government. It's happening with epidemics. It's happening. We don't see it as much because they got smarter with it. We're not seeing the evil play out as simply like Genghis Khan type stuff because they're doing it in conference rooms. They're doing it with technology. They're doing it in ways that we don't see as obvious. ARJR, thank you, bro.
We are family.
You just brought Beetlejuice into the family, bro.
Cause I got all my homies with me.
Thank you for doing it. Bartolomeo. Love you, Grandmaster. You know it. It's about love. Bartolomeo, love you, man. Somebody could have easily been trying to have this kind of conversation with me and just hate me and call me a big doodoo plessy head. And I appreciate it, bro. And look, I tried my best to tell you repeatedly, and I hope you received that with love, that I'll say a lot of things that I'm just being honest about. And it may be a flaw of mine. It may be a problem that I have. So I'll say certain things about like the list or whatever, and I'm not saying, and that's how you should all feel too. Even if it sounds like I'm being passionate about it like that, I'm just speaking for myself. And I'm not perfect. But I appreciate you, man. ARJR with the kiss from the rose on the street. Thank you, man. Bruce C. Yeah, I do too, man. I never plan it. Boy, do I never plan it, but it always feels good, bro. It feels good, Bruce C. Unadapted. King David said for us to worship God with a childlike spirit, the same faith that a child has in the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, etc. Reverence, expectation, submission, etc. Exactly. And people push back on that because I'm old enough now. I'm a full-grown man. I'm American. I got my independence. I'm autonomous. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. That's crazy, man. And it's so simple. It's so simple. And the freedom that they push for is what ends up trapping them. Coffeepotamus.
We are family.
I got coffeepotamus with me. Syllables don't always work out. And that's a self-inflicted. I want to point out that was a self-inflicted from Coffeepotamus. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Heck yeah, Coffeepotamus. After all that coffee talk and everything earlier, probably feeling all disrespected, still coming in and supporting like that. You got old, I got better. Oh, that's good. Is that from something?
We are family. Cause I got all my homies with me.
Oh, Tony Touch. Oh, snap. We got some Tony Touches in here. Oh, snap. Waiting on the world to change. Come on. Off an hour early, about to relieve Bruno from his 7-hour MMA shit. Oh, heck yeah, bro. Then headed to dog park to practice Mexican dog obedience. Dang, man. I love Bruno, man. Bruno. Like, he's the unsung hero. Bruno is the unsung hero of the Mexican martial arts. That's beautiful, bro. Thank you, Kaimon. He's going to be so well read, man. I appreciate this channel. No playing a character here. Straight unfiltered beanie dumb. Heck yeah, man. Straight from the beanie. Straight from the beanie. Straight from the tap. Thank you, dude. David Flores, I think, again, it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, we're talking about like running water, like having refrigerators, or I don't know if you're talking about like, what's it called? Quality of life, or if you're talking about how people interact with each other. If you're, because here's the thing, a lot of it is a facade, right? Because if you think about 1250, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know my history that well off the beanie to be able to reference anything from 1250. Let's say in 1250 there was a lot of wars, right? People were fighting. It's like, man, how could it be worse now than then? They were fighting. Like, how could this be worse? Well, we live under the illusion of peace now. It's kind of this passive aggressiveness that we take as I don't know, diplomacy. It's like, and I think a lot of that is with our media. We watch all these TV shows and stuff, and what it is training. TV, it tells us what's popular. It tells us how to dress. It tells us how to talk. Think about it. And people are foolish if they're going to deny this. Think about a lot of the phrases that you say throughout your life. Think about the Rachel, the haircut, a lot of the different fashion choices, the way you dress, the cars you want to drive, the places you want to work, the things you want to do. It's all because we're influenced by what we see on TV. And what we see on TV is people live together. They love each other. They work together. They maintain friendships. They go out to eat. They go to birthday parties together. And there's a lot of this camaraderie, a lot of this friendship, a lot of this closeness. I mean, you don't see people out there with muskets and stuff killing each other. They're going bowling together and they're doing stuff like that, right? I think we have a different enemy than we did back in the day. Before we're at war with each other constantly. And now it's like, who's fighting us? The government? Poisoning our water with plastics? Is it our own government? Is it other governments? And we're distracted. We're playing best friends, even though it's passive aggressive, talking behind each other's backs, probably backstabbing, probably hopping from relationship to relationship, friend. I'm just saying, I think back in the day it was very simple. There's a bunch of old school types, brutes, cavemen fighting each other. Now I think it's a next level. That's why I was saying a lot of the things that we're fighting today, we don't even realize. It's happening behind closed doors in conference rooms and boardrooms, and it's happening with technology and AI and our food supply and our water supply. And I think we're getting attacked and fought in ways that we don't even realize. We're getting fought with agendas coming through in movies and TV shows, telling us how to think, telling us how to act, poisoning our minds, affecting our morality. I think we're being attacked in a way that we don't even realize. It's not as obvious, is what I'm saying. See what you're saying, Kaimon, that I believe. We ain't building any pyramids because all my peers are mid. Yeah, Roy Ortiz. And that's something that I struggle with too. The hardest people to convince about the freedom that we find in Christ is the religious and the self-efficient. And I was talking about this a few streams ago, remember, guys? Because people kept talking about, how do you know which God? And there's so many religions. And I said, no. There's two religions. Don't get it twisted. There's not Islam and Christianity and Mormonism and Jehovah's Witnesses and Buddhism and Hinduism and Sikhism. No. There's two religions. It's the, how did he put it? And I'm talking about it all like this and I forgot how he put it. Basically what he was saying is there's only two. It's a religion of works where you think you could save yourself and you have to keep trying, or it's salvation through your creator. Salvation, it's all on him. It's nothing that you did. There's only two religions. And all the other ones you hop around is, what have you done? What have you done for me lately? How holy are you? How many things did you abide by? How many times did you show up and do this? How many prayers did you blah, 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 blah. So it's either of works and it's what you did or it's not what you did. That's it. And yeah, they're the hardest to convince because they always feel like they got to put that work in and it's me and being self-sufficient. And I struggle with the self-sufficiency part because I tend to be a very independent person. That's been a hard thing for me. David Flores, I understand this is a very, 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 very difficult topic. This is a very difficult topic. And I fully understand, as much as I talk about God on here, this topic, because people plant their feet firmly on this one, because this is a high horse. This is a soapbox topic. This is a big one. I understand this. This is the one I might lose some people on and never come back. I understand that. Planned Parenthood is killing fetuses, that was hard for me to say, that are not wanted. Why would we want a child to be forced on someone who doesn't want them and force the child to be raised by parents who don't want them? So, David, this is exactly what I was trying to say to, who was it earlier? I think it was something that Bert said. I forget, I'm paraphrasing. Why would I want to serve a God that, or why would I something that I have to worship, something like that. I don't want a God or something like that is only it only pans out or it's only the right setup or framework if I constantly have to be this kind of worshiper. That's a weird dynamic. This is what happens when you reject that dynamic. Remember the example I gave of, I just try to break it down like the most simplistic way. I mean, how dare I try to equate myself to God? That's not what I'm doing, but I'm just breaking it down the most bare bones. I think about me in a position of authority and my children. What happens when they don't live in a state of acting in line with the one in authority? There's mayhem. Their best interest is no longer at heart. Even if they think they're doing what they want to do is not what is their best interest. They don't even have their best interest at heart. They have a skewed perspective. Like in those cop shows, you're too close to the situation, I'm taking you off the case. Who's closer to the situation than the own person? Who's closer to your own life than you? You yourself pretty much knows the least what's best for you, right? At least people should think about it that way. You're too close to the situation. You want to follow your own lust and your own temptations and your own desires and your own goals. You're the one more than anybody that wants those things and understands how passionate you are about those things. You're the last person who knows what your best interest is. So when you aren't in adherence to the authority, it's going to go off the rails. And why do we end up with babies being aborted? Because people not living in line with objective morality, not living in line with the Creator. They're hedonists. They're treating sex as a hobby. They're treating it like a microwave. Instant gratification. They're treating sex like a fun activity. It's like bowling. That's not what sex exists for. Sex exists for procreation and to have intimacy between the husband and wife. Now, if you're doing it within that infrastructure, within that framework, then be a freakazoid. I'll be a freakazoid. If you are within the confines of that relationship, well, then just sex your little hearts out. But outside of that, it's dirty, rotten fornication. And some of you are keen on Californication. And that's why they call them fetuses. Gosh, that's a dirty word. These children that are left to their own devices and say, I'm going to do whatever I want, they end up treating their bodies like amusement parks. And then they say, why would this thing inconvenience me? I was just trying to have a good time. I'm not ready. I know you're not ready for sex. You're not ready for sex. I've known that you're not ready. You shouldn't have been having sex. It's not a game. And that's, just one of the biggest cop-outs of all time by immature, hedonistic people that treat their bodies like amusement parks. Life is a gift. Life is a blessing. Why would we want a child to be blah, blah, blah? First of all, we already made a mistake. Why are we talking about why would we want a child like blah, 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 blah? That's not our business. Why would we want a child to be, wait. That's not our call. That's not our call. Why are we having this conversation? As soon as I even start saying that out loud, hey guys, look at the board. I wrote this up here. Why would any of us in here want a child? Hey, shut up. Let's stop talking. This is a life that we're talking about. Let's not talk about this like it's, the end of the quarter here. This ain't a business meeting. It's not up to us. It's out of our human parameters to be talking about whether this life deserves to live or not. Once we get there, we're there. We're not bailing anybody out because she had too much to drink, because the guy had too much to drink, because they couldn't wait. No. Don't use that to then, but the baby, the poor baby, he's going to be with people that don't love. Okay. Yes. Let's think about that when you're taking off your chonies. That's correct. It is unfortunate for kids to be in precarious situations. It is unfortunate for kids to be with people that don't really want them. Yes, you're right. And therefore, keep your pants on. And for that reason, keep your chonies on. You're right.
So what ends up happening at that point is now we're already in a flawed situation that then we have to make the best of. 2 wrongs. Let's go back to preschool. 2 wrongs don't make a right. It does not justify murder because somebody couldn't turn off the Keith Sweat. Dang, I have to leave. ARJR, finishing my 10-hour day in good company. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah, bro. 10 hours, bro. Brother. David, you know what's hilarious? That was what, like a week ago? I still have the tab open right here. Look at Zoroastrianism, also called Mazda. Hey, Mazda Yasana and Bedin, Iranian religion centered on Avesta and the teachings of blah, blah, blah. I literally never closed the tab, bro. I still have it open. I'm serious about this stuff, David. I'm serious about it, bro. I'm going to do a deep dive in it. I have refused to close it because I haven't been able to get in it yet, but I still have it open. You will know them by their fruit. Do they have peace? Great. Do they have healing? Great. Do they have joy? Great. The question is, do they share it, spread it by witnessing and discipling? Beautiful, bro. What's your take about all the bad things that are not related to human actions like cancer and natural cataclysms? First of all, I believe I have some funky thoughts about things like cancer, bro. I think a lot of the things that happen to us may be due to things that the people up at the top pulling the strings are doing to us, to the food supply, to the water supply, to the air. And I know that sounds conspiratorial, but didn't a lot of things sound conspiratorial to us until like the last 5 years or so? And now we're all starting to open our eyes. I absolutely believe there's a cure out there to a lot of these things as well. And then whenever people reveal them, they end up dead. But let's just say in general, maybe diseases that do occur along the lines of naturally or cataclysms. Bro, I'm not even going to pretend that I'm like the most educated on this. But I'll say this. I fully 100%, I'm not a picker and a chooser. I don't care if it seems like something out of Harry Potter. I fully believe in every word of the scriptures, every word of the word of God, 100%. And I fully believe that we live in a fallen world where mankind chose to be autonomous. Mankind chose to accept wickedness. Mankind chose to live of his own volition and say, I know my creator who was in charge of me and cared for my well-being said this, but I think I want to do that. And when that happened, everything went awry. Sin effectively entered the world. Now, I have my own thoughts, and I hesitate to share this because it's not something that's definitively laid out in the scriptures, but I have my own thoughts about exactly how and when and why sin entered the world. And it's along the lines of, at one point, Lucifer, at one point, Satan was could have been considered God's greatest creation. When mankind came along, I don't think he liked that. And I think ever since then, Satan's goal was to destroy what had become the pinnacle of God's creation because of his ego, because of his pride, because of his jealousy. And he's been doing every single thing he could from that point on, not only to destroy man, but to destroy man's relationship with God. Just a jealous little goober. And I believe that when sin entered the world, it entered the world. Sin was presented to mankind. It was presented to mankind, and mankind said, I will open that door. And that's all there was to it. And that is why I believe we have cataclysms and disease and death and stuff like that. Because mankind said, yeah, I'll have some of that. just dwelling in the garden for all time at peace. I'll have some of that. I'll have some of that drama. I know it's not the most exciting, in-depth take, but I mean, I'm just going off the beanie right here. Yeah, exactly, Unadapted. I didn't even see what you said before I gave my answer. Humans have more to do with things like cancers and environmental destruction than people like to admit. The Allied bombings over Europe, WW2, literally burned a hole in the atmosphere. So many of the things that we emit, the things that we make, the things that we partake in, that's what causes a lot of the stuff, the things that we eat, the means by which we make those things. It's terrible. Bartolomeo. GM, what would you do? Would you do what Abraham tried to do when God asked him to do so to get rid of your son? You'd go to jail today even if God told you to do so. See, that it's a tricky way to answer that, Bartolomeo, that I don't want to. I don't know where you're at with faith. I don't know if you're somebody that believes in God, but you're trying to figure out how to navigate that, or you don't believe in God. Maybe you're super against it. I don't know. So I don't know how you'll take this. I know somebody that really is out to disprove God and hates Christians and stuff might look at this as a cop-out. But it really doesn't feel that way whatsoever in my perspective, because I am a full-fledged believer in what's considered dispensationalism, where if you truly study the Word of God, you will see throughout the Scriptures. And remember, a lot of people think that, and look, I don't need to name them. You could do your own research. There are religions out there whose their version, whatever their Bible is, it was basically written like by one dude. Just controlled the whole narrative, which is super sketchy, which always blows my beanie when people come after the Gospels. Oh, there's different and there's distinctions and differentiations and they bro, even in a modern day setting, if it was like a police interview, if it was an interrogation, if you have 4 different people and they all give the exact same word for word account, same cadence, same everything, you know that they were in cahoots. You know that they worked it out. You know there was a script. Those little details, the little nuances and the differentiation should tell you more than anything. I think these people were really just going off the beanie of what they recall. And when you put them all together, it really comes. I mean, people are so hypocritical. If you saw interrogations today and they said the same thing word for word, you would know they were conspiring. But you don't look at it that way when it's the Gospels. Anyway, when you truly study the Word of God, which is often cross-referenced and verifiably, I don't want to say proven, at least evidenced by other historical writings, you will see that God interacted with his people in very different ways throughout very different times. That's called dispensationalism, when you can see that, there was a time when God dwelt with man and woman in the garden. They say face to face. There was a time when man spoke through his prophets to the people. There was a time where, did I say man? Where God spoke through the prophets to man. There was a time when God used the kings and the people in charge of the lands. There was a time when God used, there was like John the Baptist, there was a time when God had Christ, Jesus. There was a time when the apostles, there was a time where God then had the word, the complete authoritative word of God. So we are in a time and place today. That's why I also consider myself to be what is referred to as a cessationist. I don't believe if somebody comes to my church and he's like, I'm a healer. I've been a healer for the last 20 years and that's my ministry. I'm an ultimate healer. I'm like, no, bro, get out of here. You're a weirdo. I am the last apostle of Christ. He came to me this morning in the shower and told me, no, you're a weirdo. I believe that those types of things died out with the apostles. I believe God could still operate miracles whenever and wherever and through whoever he wants. But I believe that those apostolic gifts, as far as being tied to a person, died out with the apostles. So being here in this place and time and having the full, complete word of God and reading it and taking it in as a whole, not just this book here, that book there, What that tells me is that that's not how God interacts with his people anymore. Now, you get people today, Bert, here's where a lot of people mess up. There's a lot of Christians today who act and conduct themselves in ways like if it was still in the book of Acts, like if it was still where the prophets were around, like if it's still when God was face to face. Like they're conducting themselves as if they existed in a different dispensation. And I know today, the way I understand and study the Word of God, that God would never tell me to do such a thing, because the way that he interacts with us today is through his Word, and he's let us know through his Word that Christ was that last dispensation, of course, preceding the Word of God. And now we have that to understand, test these spirits and don't expect to see him come and do something crazy like this, that would be something other than him. That would directly go against his Word. Now, Abraham, the reason Abraham did that is because Abraham, imagine if we existed in a time, because like today, it's not an everyday thing, right? But if you wanted to, Bert, you could go to a Taylor Swift concert, right? It's not an everyday thing, but you could go there if you wanted to. Imagine living in a time where God would speak to people. He would appear to people. And you've heard about this. You know it's a thing. It goes on. This is not some unprecedented thing. There is precedence for this. You've heard about it from towns over. Maybe even some people you know. God does actively interact with the people. In that case, in that place and time, it wasn't that crazy for Abraham to do such a thing. Both because in that time and place, now we can't even fathom that. We can't even wrap our beanies around that right now, because we don't live in a time where we feel that God dwells with us in a way that he would actually converse with us on the level that he did with Abraham. So there's not only that, but there's also the promise that God gave to Abraham that his son would be the seed of promise. That was already said to him and intact. And he already knows the character of God by this point. There's already been oral tradition up to this point that he knows the character of God. He's not a liar. He's a mighty God. He keeps his word. And before he told Abraham to do this, he had already told him and promised him that his son was going to be the seed of promise, leading Abraham to believe. And there was no precedence for this. There had never been any kind of resurrection up to this point. This is what they call a picture of Christ later on, where this is like foreshadowing, a literary device, if you will, foreshadowing Christ in the New Testament. A father willing to lay his son's life down. So Abraham had already been promised by God, he's going to be the seed. So Abraham is like, but you're telling me to kill him. Well, you said he's going to be the seed. I don't know how you're going to do it, but my son's going to be okay. As crazy, and believe me, that's difficult to deal with. I know. Then why am I going to do this then? But why would you have, okay, but why not eat from the tree in the garden? I've had conversations with young people about this. Do you know why it was wrong for man to eat the fruit from the tree? Do you know why? I know why. Because God said so. Some people will never come to Christ. They will never serve God because of that. Excuse me? Did you say because I said so? And for that reason, I'm out. Why? Ego? Pride? Autonomy? Because I said so? Nah, that's not good enough for me. Nah, I need something scientific, bro. That's not good enough for me. You just want me to listen to you? Chale. You know who I am? Nah. I'm a full-grown man. You know how much I make a year? You just want me to listen just because you said so? Nah. That's all it was. That's what a lot of people leave out when they bring up the Abraham thing. He was already given the promise of Isaac and what he was to be, which would have laid the precedence for the first type of resurrection, which didn't end up having to happen. There was a sacrifice put in place for him, which again is foreshadowing. Yeah, treating sex as a pastime activity. Exactly. The toxicity of our city. Oh, someone beat me to it. ARJR. When you have a relationship with God, you realize that you don't have to worship him. You get to worship him. Bro.
Not forget Jesus, people.
Bro. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to lay out, like with the picture of me and my children. It's like you get to have somebody that loves you and cares for your best interest and your well-being. I had one of my kids asking me to let them do something the other day, and I had to say, Chale, you are crazy, bro. No. That's not what's best for you. I know it might be awkward to have to say no and back out of this thing and not do that, and it's not the most comfortable, but it's not best for you. Trust me, I'm taking care of you. Nobody loves you as much as I do. You know what other people want from you? They want to have fun with you. They want to do what's entertaining, what's silly, what's exciting. They want to do it for the meme. Nobody cares about you like I do. Nobody loves you like I do. And that's how God looks at us. You know that girl just wants to come to completion, correct? Do you know that guy just wants to brag to you about his friends, right? That's not love. That's gratification. That's ickiness. That's disease. That's burning when you go pee-pee. That's not love. Yes, coffee potamus, yes. Bertolomeo, I used to work at a Christian radio station, and I remember one of the promos was like, I forgot how they started it, but it was like, it's a story about murder, sex, brutality, human sacrifices, angels and demons, blah, blah, blah. It's called the Bible. And I think what you're saying, it sounds like you're being very aggressive, but yes, the Bible is full of imperfect people. Abraham, Moses, Noah, David, everybody showed time and time again. And it's perfect that they're all imperfect. And that's perfect. That's the perfect thing to show. Dang it. How far behind am I? Shoot, man. This is going to bother me. Hey, Sonic Trap, thank you for sharing that. I do not, but I'm going to look that up. Bertolomeo, the road to hell was paved by good intentions. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Bertolomeo, by the way, I love you, man. This is the second time you quoted something that's, I mean, anybody could just say anything, right? What if I showed a quote that was like, hey, everyone that's not a Christian is a big doo-doo head? Like, I mean, everybody says stuff, you know? Like Mark Twain said a bunch of stupid stuff. Like, I don't know, bro. The road to hell is absolutely, Christ actually affirms that. Christ is like the first one and the best one that affirmed that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. He says, I will tell them, depart from me, I never knew you, that the gate is narrow. And all these people said, what are you talking about? We prayed in your name. We cast out demons in your name. They were a bunch of hypocrites. They were filled with good intentions, but it was not authentic. I guess, Nathan, I'm not against that at all. I'm not against that whatsoever. I was saying it not that long ago. I have no problem with science. I think the science versus God debate is a big distraction to keep people away from God. I don't think there's a single thing about science that contradicts God. Hey, thank you, Coffee Potamus. I did not expect to talk about any of this today. It can be, Jess. It can be. Isaiah 53 is a perfect example of Jesus being prophesied. He is the immovable rock we should anchor our hope on. Yeah, man. I've seen a bunch of videos about real old school Jews getting saved through that, bro. What's your favorite John Goodman film? Oof, bro. Evan Almighty? Hey, I really have to go. I'm going to be late already. Even if I left 5 minutes ago, I'm going to be late. I really messed up. Shoot, man. Shoot, man. I feel bad. I feel bad. I got a dip. You guys be good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for spending your time with me. I'm gonna be back in tomorrow. Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow is it's gonna be wild, bro. Tomorrow I'm gonna be in here with my ice chest with some beef jerky. I'm gonna have some diapers in here. I'm gonna be in this seat all day, bro. I'm talking about from like 8 a.m. to 10. And I don't expect you guys to be some weirdos and be here with me the whole time. I don't have those expectations. But I got nowhere to be, bro. And I'm going to stream it out. I'm going to go over the MMA news with you. I'm going to talk about what's going on in UFC. We're going to pull up some articles. We might even talk about Toy Story again. But that's probably what I'm going to do next. So, hey, thank you, Avalos. Yeah, I mean, that's all I could think of, bro. Other than that, maybe The Simpsons. But I love Evan Almighty, man. Hey, love you, Bert. Love you, man, for real. Love you. I appreciate all of you guys. It is unheard of. It is unheard of for things to be so diverse in here at times, yet there's still so much respect and love. 100%. You know, some people, it's so ugly. You could tell them something that disagrees with their views, and they will just chew you up and cuss at you and yell at you. And some of us in here are so diverse in our beliefs, and it's like, hey, love you, man, love you. At the end, that's unheard of. And I love this community for that. And I love that, bro. Thank you so much. Much love, man. Yeah, yo. There was some tiptoeing, especially in the earlier years, bro. It's funny you put it that way. ARJR. Thank you, man. Thank you. One last one for the road. I got ARJR with me. I appreciate all of you. All right, I got a dip. I'll see you guys mañana. Go watch a bunch of my videos and press the hi button.